Hello and welcome to episode 88 of FPL Apprentice. This is our third episode ahead of Game Week 2, and today we are going to be focusing on our Game Week 2 team reveals. As always, I am joined by former world number one, Matthew Corbridge. Matt, are we excited to see what's happening ahead of Game Week 2 in your planning?
I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm intrigued about your plans. Certainly, I think you might have a few bench dilemmas based on what the game week one squad I saw. So, yeah, I think my stuff is going to be short and sweet.
Well, a little bit, mate. You are correct, and yeah, diving into the content, we'll look at our Game Week 2 team reveals each, as well as our very first update after one game week of our FPL Apprentice Mini League, and a chance to give you the code if you do want to join us. But we will start with our Game Week 2 reveals. Start with you, Matt.
Yeah, so I think easy roll, right? And I think can we have like a pretty much a wild card, right, equivalent? For game week one, I think unless something's gone wrong with the team, I think you shouldn't really be pre-planning like transfers for game week two, and I'd probably extend that to game week four. Really, I kind of really want to keep rolling. So sometimes these third episodes of the week can be quite boring, but yeah, for me, I'm going to roll my transfer for sure. A couple of decisions that I've got in my team. One is Dubravka versus Sanchez as keeper. I think that is currently got Dubravka, but I think that is a 50-50 decision. Dubravka home to Sunderland, Sanchez away to West Ham. Both teams didn't look that great, right? If I'm being honest, despite Sunderland winning 3-0. But yeah, West Ham didn't look they looked really, really bad. So it's a 50-50, and I'm going to spread my risk. Other decisions will be around captaincy. So I think currently got it on Palmer, but equally it could be on Salah. I think I think West Ham away is an easier fixture to Newcastle, but I do think Liverpool are better than Chelsea, and I think Salah is better FPL asset to Palmer. And yeah, the lack of open play goals for Palmer, just like this extended form, does make me a little bit nervous, really. I think he was very anonymous in game week one, and Salah, whilst not having the stats, he was very involved, looking creative, and when he got a chance, he kind of scored it, really. So, I mean, I was all in for Palmer, but I think it's close to a 50-50, and I'm probably, as the week progresses, I'm probably getting closer to picking Salah there. So that's a 50-50 for me. And then final decision really is probably Anderson, the potential DEFCON monster for Fulham, playing him against Man United at home versus Pedro Porro away to Man City. Now, I think on the base of it, I think Anderson's a better option, but Porro was on set pieces. He had some good attacking kind of threat in game week one. And I think that Spurs will play 5 at the back, therefore Porro being a wing back versus Man City, I might favour him, right? So that's another decision. But I think, Anderson's a better option. So, pretty easy for me. Easy roll. It might be this until game week 4, game week 5 for me. But yeah, the squad at the moment is Dubravka, could be Sanchez, Anderson, could be Porro, Richard Esteve, Salah, Palmer, Wirtz, Fernandez, Reinders, Strand Larson, and Watkins. So I think, decent looking squad. Lots of away games there for my attackers. So I'm kind of cool with that. Bench boost game week 2 I was considering, but I think with Sanchez or Dubravka, that's fine. Porro and Van der Ven against Man City and the non-starting, non-minute Mark Gui, that's not really an option. So no chips to be played this week. But easy roll, and then there's a few 50-50 decisions in around my squad.
Great cover, mate, because you have absolutely nailed all of the questions I had. You also haven't noted that I misspelt Palmer underneath the captaincy armband bit there. Who's Pamela?
Pamela.
Who are you captain as Pamela? The only other one that I've got, mate, is I appreciate we mentioned this a little bit on the last episode, but have you got any concerns about not having an Arsenal asset with their Leeds fixture?
Well, you'd want one, but it's not prudent for long-term planning here, right? So
exactly that. 1 week only, but according to Fix, you've got a expected points of 45.9. Call it 46. I think it just shows, mate, the fixtures are tough. Liverpool, Newcastle play each other. Tottenham City play each other. It's only really Arsenal that have the standout fixture.
It's not a platinum game week, is it, right? When you're looking at the fixtures, so a few toughies here, right? So yeah, disappointed. 46 seems quite low, but kind of makes sense given the competitive games that we got this week outside of Arsenal, right? Which is the one that feels proper one-sided.
And to be honest, if it helps me, I'm not much ahead. I've got 47.3, and it is primarily down to my captain. Similar to you, mate. I've set up my squad from game week 1 to suit me for the next for the first 3-4 game weeks. So I'm also in a position where I'm going to roll. My headache is rarely who do I start. I've got a lot of bench options there, which I'm looking at. I'm thinking I could quite easily start one of them. It doesn't feel great not having the Arsenal team, but there's no obvious transfer to make, and I don't like the fixtures after that game because they've got City, Liverpool, some really tough fixtures coming up. So I'm probably going to dodge that. The very easy decision for me was captaincy. Picks itself. Highest for expected points. Spurs defense wasn't great against Burnley either. They had expected goals conceded of 0.94, and if that's at home to Burnley, I can imagine it being far worse away at Man City. So Haaland's the very easy pick. But yeah, the defense I've currently got me is Truffett, who I'll definitely start. He's at home to Wolves. Look decent against Liverpool. Some nice attacking numbers from him. I've got Tarkowski at home to Brighton. Again, he'll play. It's then who that third defender is. Do we go Ronaldo? He's away at Burnley. Or do we go Porro because of a set piece taken against City? Williams is also an option, but I think Palace will probably score. So I'll probably bench him. So it's Porro against Ronaldo. I'm kind of leaning towards Porro, if I'm honest,
I,
purely for the set pieces.
I just keep it as is.
Would you just leave it at that?
Yeah, I keep it as is. Sanchez versus Dubravka. You got Sanchez at the moment. Is that 50-50 for you, or are you like, I'm all in Sanchez?
I'll tell you why I'm going Sanchez and I'm not going Dubravka. It's because I've got a Dingra in my squad, and I'm kind of looking at it and going, I really want to see Sunderland score and a Dingra get something. And if he
That's a dumb
does,
way of thinking
Dubravka's
about it,
clean
though,
sheet's
isn't it?
gone.
Like, you know that because smirking when you were saying it, but like in isolation, I reckon they're super close. But yeah, in isolation, I think it's super close. But
Tell you what it was, right? The thing that's kind of leading me towards Sanchez is West Ham look poor, right? They were away at Sunderland. Granted, it was an away game, but you're playing against a promoted team. They got 0.6 expected goals. Chelsea are much better defensively than Sunderland, much better. So for that reason, I've kind of lent towards Sanchez.
no, I think so. Yeah, Sunderland aren't great at attacking either. They scored 3 goals, but didn't have much. They were just like
Yeah,
clinical breaks, right? So
they
I
got
think
lucky. Yeah,
I'm taking that as a pinch of salt, really. They're bringing in good players. Like, actually, I have to say, like going into the season, I thought they'd be the worst team, but Burnley have gotten worse from their championship squad. Their 2 best players have left in
right.
Trafford and Brownhill, right? So yeah, some of the completely transformed team. They're like,
Added. That's
but
it. Added to their squad.
they have bad attackers though. Like their forwards aren't great, but they got players like a Dingra
Apart from a Dingra.
no, he's a good attacker. So yeah, I see that logic. But yeah, I'd keep Ronaldo, Tarkowski, and Trufford. I'd probably have Nico Williams above Porro on the bench, but that probably doesn't really matter. But yeah, I agree with your current lineup.
Well, the other one for you then, right, is I'm looking at that midfield. I'm like, well, I've got Adingra and Kudus on. I'm definitely going to play Palmer. Definitely going to play Bruno. I'm a front three of Strand Larsen, Watkins, and Haaland. They're going nowhere. It's then Adingra, Kudus, and Anderson, and I'm playing 2 of the 3.
I'd
At the
play
minute,
Anderson
I'm
over
benching
Kudus.
Anderson. You'd bench Kudus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just because you think City will win that game comfortably?
It doesn't matter if they win or not. I just don't think Kudus would get an attacking flipping remark, but it don't matter who wins. But I think Anderson has a better chance of points, right? There's more routes to it.
Set piece taker.
That'd be an interesting thing
Defcon.
to run for a model. Honestly, like when it's close like that, I reckon the DEFCON stuff would bias it towards Anderson slightly. You know what? I think I would play bench boost.
Do you reckon with that team? Yeah.
Well, when's it going to be better?
The bench looks all right. The bench does look all right, to be fair. Now we're looking at it a bit more. Like, that's not a bad bench, though.
When's your bench keeper going to have a better game than that?
And Sunderland at home.
When you're going to have a better final attacker thing of Anderson and Palace. If you think he's seriously the worst thing, it's probably expected points like 4 or something like that. Porro, you could even move Porro to Munoz if you wanted to be bold, right? To kind of really maximize that bench boost. I'd be considering bench boosting, honestly.
Yeah. They fair play. I don't know whether I've got the balls to do it, but I can see why you would. And this is why my headache's just about who do the stars, because the bench is steady.
That's very good. Like, yeah, Porro obviously is Porro, right? That's the play that's not ideal to bench boost, but like Porro is Porro, right? So you're not going to be benching him too often, but yeah, you could move him to a Palace play, and then that problem's solved. They're Forest at home, so right, not the biggest attacking threat, but I'd seriously consider the bench boost. Really, like how much you put, like I say, Dubravka. I mean, predicted points he got 3.5, Anderson for 3.5, Porro 2.5, Williams 3. That's a good.
12 and
That's
a
like,
half.
yeah, that's like 12 and a half, 13 points. I'm just like playing my mind what a model would say,
Yeah.
right? That's a really good bench.
Interesting.
I don't think you
Never,
can have.
honestly, never didn't
I don't think
consider
your
the
team's going
bench
to have a
boost.
better. It's not going to be better than that many weeks because the problem is you have Ronaldo and Dubravka permanently benched, right? And they're just going to have weak
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. Never
Yeah,
considered it, to be honest.
I, I,
That'd be a good game for Sunderland Burnley to be 0-0.
yeah,
Perfect.
no, definitely. Yeah, I'd consider bench boosting, honestly.
Never considered it. Will consider it now you've mentioned it, mate. Will consider it. But yeah, expected points according to Fix for me, 47.3. I think mine's slightly higher purely because Haaland is expected to dominate the points and he's my captain.
Your team looks
But
better.
yeah, happy with the team.
Your bench looks a lot better, and then Haaland captaincy looks a lot better. So yeah, I agree with your squad looking better there. So yeah, I'm not I'm surprised like expected points aren't higher, but yeah, I don't think you'll play it, right? But
No,
honestly, I think this is bench boostable, and I think have a think of when you have better options.
Will,
And
I've
bear in
got
mind,
2 days
it's
until the
who we
deadline.
bench because I know you spoke about bench boosting games where like Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool playing great fixtures, but they've been your starting 11 anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I've got 2 days. 2 days until the deadline. We're recording this on Wednesday evening, so I've got
do you
48
hate
hours
it?
roughly. Is which?
Do you hate the idea of bench boosting?
Yeah, donate it. You know, you're right. Dubravka, I've got 2 keepers. I'm quite happy to play either. I'm considering playing Anderson anyway over one of those other midfield options. I'm also considering playing Porro because of set pieces. So if all of a sudden I've got 3 players out of 4 on the bench that I'm like, you know what, I could play them this game week. That should tell me something.
I mean, look in a funny way. It looks if Anderson starts and Kudus on the bench, then it looks worse.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, because you've got two players away to Man City playing, and then you've got
yeah.
Burnley keeper.
Away at
But yeah, that's the
Palace.
best way she's going to get. And like Nico Williams is fine. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's intriguing. But yeah, I think your team looks good, mate. Better than mine, I think for sure. Haaland, I would say, is the standout captaincy. So good that that's covered. I like the defense. Probably like the logic around the keeper. I'd consider your starting lineup. Yeah, it's kind of like Kudus versus Anderson.
yeah. Okay, and that is the one. I'll there you go. Appreciate. And this is why you're here, Mal, to give me the advice. We're going for a top 10K finish this season, both of us. So I appreciate the guidance to get me there. But yeah, not quite happy with my squad. Will 100% be a role, even if I get an injury midweek. Doesn't matter. I'll
Yeah,
just play one of the bench guys, right? Um. So yeah, appreciate the advice. Looking at for the first time this season, because it's only one game week gone, the FPL Apprentice Mini League, a chance for those that haven't joined that want to join us. I also want to bring it up because I've made the top 10. So
yeah. I
I've got to
thought there
take
was
every opportunity.
you had a motive. Yeah, a little bit of a motive to be sharing this.
I've got to take every opportunity when one of us is in the top 10 to bring this league up. I've snuck in there with my 74 points from game week 1. But fair play to Christian and Jacob up at the top. They are on 89 points each, which ranks them at just outside the top 36,000. Christian mainly got the points because he had the triple captain active on Haaland, so 39 points for
Wow.
him. whereas Jacob played the bench boost for 17 points on his bench.
Nice.
The
Who
top
was that?
four,
Leeds.
in
Was that? Was
fact.
that Goodmanson, Rodon?
I didn't write that down. I don't
It's got to be in
remember,
there. Yeah, it's
but
got to be. Yeah, if you're bench boosting, you're going to go quite Leeds and Brighton heavy, weren't you? So I think like
yeah, it's good.
fair play.
Good play, 17 points. You'd take that from a bench boost. But the top four, mate, the top four in the league, so including Robert and T Streets, they all played chips. So one of my former university friend, well, I'll say former friend. That sounds horrible, George. I apologise, mate. But somebody I went to university with in fifth, George Hardy, is top without having played a chip on 79 points. So fair play
Yeah.
to George. But I will take 10th all day long. But for anybody that hasn't joined the league and you do want to join us, we do always give the league winner the chance to offer one of me or Matt a forfeit. Last year's winner provided me with the forfeit if I couldn't captain a midfielder in game week 1. Kind of worked in my favour because it forced my hand to captain Haaland, which I
Yeah.
wasn't complaining about. Because 13 points. Thank you very much for that forfeit. But yeah, if you do want to join to give one of me and Matt a forfeit next season, the league code is on the screen. But for those that are listening, you need to play HQMRSJ. That is Hotel Quebec, Mama, Romeo, Sierra, Juliet. It's a lot.
Nice.
That's a lot less easy than it was last season. I'm pretty sure I got all those right. HQMRSJ. So join us, and that brings us to the end, mate. That is our game week 2 team reveals. Are you happy with your squad? Appreciate it. If you're
I
not
think
rolling,
so.
you probably are.
I'm looking at yours with a bit of envy, actually. Yeah, fast start for you, and yours is looking better already, providing the Dinger can keep it up and Kudus can keep it up. But yeah, yours is looking good. Mine's got a few more question marks, but yeah, scores are good. I think none of us got any major issues. These third episodes of the week, if we keep this kind of format in, and everyone let us know, like, do you want it one episode, 2, or the split of 3?
Yeah,
We thought we might be more digestible, like if you only find team reveals or the date the bits kind of like thing. Let us know. But if we do keep it in this format, I think for the first couple of weeks now, this third episode, our team reveals, it's gonna be quite quick, right? It's gonna be roll.
yeah.
Roll.
Roll next roll. Oh, then the
Roll.
things like a bench boost makes sense might come out. So yeah,
No,
little
exactly.
bit
Yeah.
more.
There'll be some spiciness in between, like roll. But yeah, life and FPL hits you fast, right? So who knows what injury, suspension, transfers are just around the
Exactly.
corner, right? So, but yeah, my
Exactly
current
that.
plan, mate, I think I'll be rolling at least over to game week 4.
Yeah. Snap. Snap, because that's when Liverpool played Burnley and Everton, and I don't have any Liverpool assets. So I think I'll have to bring at least one in by game week 4.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree, mate. I think I'll roll for
I'm a
2.
little less spicy on that. I'm covered with Liverpool. It's more, well, if I have big problems, I'll move the big problems. But it's more like, hey, Palace are quite nice. Like I might want Star, I might want Munoz, might want Lacroix. Yeah, well, I need to just save my transfers if
Yeah.
I'm really, if I feel like I really need City and Haaland particularly, I might need to save those transfers to do an exit route for some of my Liverpool players for game week 6. But yeah, then there might be a lot of rolling, but I think that will be a good sign. I'm not going to be stubborn with it,
Yeah.
but I think it will be a good sign, right? Because I think we both had the view of avoiding hits, rolling
Exactly
where
that.
appropriate, so we can have more higher impact moves and try and do at least a little bit of medium term planning. So apologies in advance, right? If the
So, but yeah, bit dull.
36 answer is I'm rolling, and the same for you, I'm rolling.
We'll do some transfers eventually, I'm sure.
Well, we'll
But
do
you
it
know
for
what?
content purposes, right? I think you're always open for a random suggestion. So
Love it. Love it. Yeah. Sell Haaland and bring in Ekatike. There's a move.
I
I
love
won't be
it.
doing
But
that, by the way. I won't be doing that. Pass.
love it. But teams are looking good. I think yours are slightly envious with the Haaland captain and the solid back line in particular. But best of luck for the coming game week, and
And to you, pal.
long may it stay that you keep in the top 10 of the main league. I think you'll be on track for top 10k. You maintained that, mate. So yeah, good start.
If one of us wins our own mini league, what happens? Because do we give the other one the forfeit, or do we play
Yeah,
it down to second?
of course,
Got to pass
forfeit.
it
Yeah,
to second. Ah,
yeah,
right.
for
I'll take it.
right.
Double forfeit.
Cool.
But yeah,
Extra incentive.
you know, yeah. But yeah, appreciate your time, mate. Appreciate your time. You know, that's it's good to get those three episodes together. For anybody that is listening that haven't seen our other two episodes, we spoke about game week one, our own team performance, as well as our review of the players that were standouts. And episode two focused more on our planning for game week two, our thoughts around future picks. And then obviously today's episode was our team reveals. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, Matt, for being with me for all three episodes, mate.
No, my pleasure, mate. My pleasure.
And to you, the listener, whatever you decide to do ahead of game week two, we wish you all the best with your transfers. If we did help and you learned something from us, please do give us that like, give us that subscribe. Free to do, and it helps us out a lot. So if you could do that, we'd be most appreciated. But until next time, all the best with your game week, and may the odds be ever in your favor.